We are live at Van Slyck's inside Rivers Casino and Resort for Flock University. What's up, Flock? How y'all doing? It is time for classes in session, and I introduce you the head coach, the general manager, the professor of Flock University, Damon Ware, everyone. I think everybody on a bye week.
I know. It is the bye week.
Oh man! All right, it is a bye week, and now it's not a bye week. Now it's game week. Bye week is behind you. I know that last time we were on Flock University live from Cagino's a week ago. Today, live in Van Slyck's. We love being here at the home of the Firebirds, Rivers Casino and Resort. Nani said that you took a bye Wednesday, like you did one day that you took off, basically, maybe two. Did you get any rest leading into this week? How are you feeling? Are the batteries recharged, Coach?
I got a little rest, which was good. I mean, any little rest is good, but just got to do some other things. Work on the house, do some other things. So it just wasn't football related. So again, the battery is charged. Came back full force. Just missed football. I'm so excited to go into the week. Just being with the guys again, being with the coaches. It is something that you miss even in the bye weeks.
By the way, Nani said he didn't. She jumped right in. Nani is here. And then, of course, Coach Ray said the GOAT of the undefeated Albany Firebirds, Damon Ware. So, Coach, does that even factor in? Do you I know most people, the coaching cliche is, one quarter, one play, one game, whatever. Do you ever take time to just kind of look back and go, that L column looks a little empty, a little lonely, and for a good reason?
No, I'm just focused on being great every day. I mean, that's really it. I wake up every day, attack the day like it's the last day I might be here, and that's the thing that keeps us hungry. We meet early, we meet often, we practice hard, we do the things necessary to stay in the win column. And that's the most important thing is we got to put the work in. And, just talking to a lot of people this week on why are we successful? And people have asked me that question so many times, and it really is the work that we put in. It's not, there's no magic wand to it. There's not a, magic formula. And we just, boom, we're good. We really do work hard. And our staff, our players, they work harder than ever. We battled real hard this week, had some extra days of practice, obviously coming off the bye week to get better with the execution. And so, we've already had to work real hard to get back to just executing at a high level. And so just super excited though, bringing a new team into the Capital Region, Coach Cree and his Bombers, they play hard. They're in every game. This will be a really good game to test our acumen after coming off a bye week and just getting back into our execution.
What do you see in the Oceanside Bombers? I've had a chance to talk to their ownership group. We've seen them play a couple times. They've had some island games where they've been the only one out there. When you look at that new team and Coach Cree and what he's building, what do you see?
It's really a group of really good players. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And, like I said, you never can look too much into whether it's an expansion team or whatever. You're grabbing players that have been there, done that. So I never even think, even if you're a first-year team, if you know how to recruit, you're not really a first-year team because you're not bringing in, 25 rookies. So they've got some really good players. There's some players that I like quite a bit that I can't wait to see up close and personal. And you know how I am. If you, come to the Capital Region and audition, I might just give you a call in the off season. So we'll I hate to say that, but that's how it is. And so they do got some really good players. I'm super excited to see them in person, but ultimately they have really been, tough on some opponents and, took every team to the fourth quarter. So super excited to play them. I think it's a perfect game for us to come off the off week. And it's going to be a better game than people think.
Ben, no side profile of fat people. It's the number one rule. No side profile pictures. Him, yes. Me, let me know. I'll slide back. It's way back. Special delivery Mike with the first delivery of the show.
Special delivery Mike. I love
it. Thank you. I mean,
Mike is a gentleman and a scholar.
He got you an iced coffee, Coach.
I love it. Iced coffee. I love it.
Iced coffee.
Yeah.
And this is a pulpy orange juice. That's all that is right there. Of course, we are live inside Van Slyck's and Rivers Casino and Resort, and I've realized why everybody's kind of trickling in. It's adopt-a-player night. It's delivery. Okay, yeah.
It is.
Round of applause for you guys. Always doing great things for these guys. We really, really appreciate it, man. That's so cool. Just if we could just go ahead and give them some like Swiffers and stuff to clean up after themselves, that'd be put that on a list for the future. Sorry, inside joke. All right. So Oceanside coming to town.
Maybe a dog catcher or two. But anyway, we'll figure that out later.
We often say that the book, you know what I mean? Like if I ever learn to write, the book, at least about 2023, is going to be top notch. My book is just going to be like the preamble to his book. The stuff that he does with on a day. Like I will say this, and I got to say this earlier today on Levack and Goss Fox Sports Radio. I used to get to talk to you every day. I don't see you as much because I'm doing the iHeart stuff. I think somehow you're doing even more. Like I'm Motus, manager of all the other stuff. He's Moats, manager of all the stuff. Like it's all of it. Coach started downloading me in like 15 minutes today, like everything he's been through the last 3 days. And I gotta be honest with you, no wonder you don't want to like do bye weeks. You want to get back to football.
Right.
What's the saying about idle hands do the devil's work? Like let's keep everybody busy. Let's keep everybody moving. All right. So coach, what are we looking at roster wise this week? I know we've had some injuries, but with the bye week, who's healed up, who's fresh, who are we excited to see get out there and get after it this week?
Yeah. It's a great time for a bye week. Obviously being 6-0 is the most important factor, but we're never done tweaking the roster. I'm never done recruiting. I recruit, year round. I make sure that we're, replenished with the right people. And so, we obviously go into the bye week. I want to, peel back a little bit, get back to the studs a little bit, look at what we got, go through all the film, make sure that we are exactly who we think we are. And that takes, a level of commitment to self-scout yourself, to really go through the roster. And so we were able to do that. Obviously wanted to make some changes. We feel that we were a really good football team, but we really needed a couple areas that would help us for the long stretch. We still got a couple guys that are banged up. Was hoping that the bye week would help some of those things. There's a couple guys that obviously just didn't heal up as quickly as we wanted them to.
I'm
I'm
ready.
I know you're ready.
Always
got
ready.
Your liability form. And,
ready.
You know how it is.
It's tattooed on me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you where.
Right.
You gotta figure that out yourselves.
But so we had to bring in some other reinforcements. We knew, obviously, just in the Michigan game, just we were short on defensive backs. We lost two of our starters.
Triple McGee said, "Do you have enough DBs now?" We got Dwayne Brown, baby. How many DBs you need?
So we definitely lost two for the season.
By the way, Dwayne, you don't look great today. You look like you've been through some things.
Yeah.
Tommy Gross in his new Dwayne Brown jersey. It looks good though. Good jersey.
It is a great jersey. Absolutely. So we needed to shore up. Brought in Dante Mason, kid from Delaware Valley, and played at Lock Haven as well for a few years. Really good kid, physical. We needed some physical, some hard hitting guys that would put some fear in some people. So Dante came in. He's going to be an enforcer for us. He's definitely a hard hitting, a very physical guy. So super excited to bring him in. Brought in another DB that has a little bit of experience in Jared Sod, kid from Wisconsin. Oshkosh, he came in and started to work this week. So super excited about him as well. Brought in another defensive end, Mac. We were a little light there with some injuries, so brought in a kid, Chris Walton, out of Tiffin. He, had his senior year, had 13.5 sacks. So if you understand how phenomenal that is, we just keep finding some really great players out there in the country that are going to make a great impact. So seeing him in practice this week is just, again, it's a phenomenal look, and we're super excited to bring him in. Had to retool a little bit in the wide receiver spot. Brought in Ajay Hall. Kid that's played it, started as a true freshman at Alabama, played at Texas. A phenomenal kid. He, we kind of laughed. Somebody said that, that's a big Wade, so a kid with tremendous speed.
Easy, Lisa.
length. Right.
Easy.
I forgot she's here.
Yeah.
My fault. But
Wade
he's
2.0 in the house. You ready?
Yeah. So 6'3". He's got
popped up like a meerkat.
Oh, but he's 6'3", runs like a gazelle. He's got all the attributes. Been fun to get him into the system, just young and having to learn. And then brought in Cameron Alves, kid that's from Rhode Island, so another Northeastern kid. Kid played at Central Connecticut. Another really good kid, hard nose, very good route runner. So we had to retool a couple positions, obviously, to get to the roster that we really feel is necessary for the second half. But super excited to just see what we got. Obviously, Saturday night's an important thing. We've got a 3-game homestand, which we're super excited to be at home for a while. Like I said, it's like the craziest thing is, man, four away games and all long trips. That was tough even on me. So I don't play, and even for me, just going through all that, it wears you down. And I know our kids wore down the last couple of games, but now they're able to be at home, be healthy, get their flock bags, get their dude wipes and candies and all that stuff. So they're going to be well rested.
Must have the cleanest backsides in all of football. It's got to. I mean, it's not even close.
They got to. But super excited to see a lot of this unfold at MVP Arena on Saturday night.
All right, so you were talking about some of the guys that we were bringing in. Obviously, there's been some players this year who have been a little banged up, gotten hurt. I know details are always at our level of football. You got to be very careful what you give out. But we do have people asking about Prince. People love Prince, Big Prince. He's out there in the community all the time. Want to know if Prince is going to be able to come back this year.
Yeah, Prince is a great, phenomenal young man. Does a lot of stuff in the community. He's just a really good kid. Come from a real good family, all those things that you want, and a good character football player. Again, he's a little banged up. Just trying to get him healthy, and it'll probably take a little bit of time to get him back on the field, but had to put him on IR this week, so he'll be out at least another 2 weeks. So we'll continue to work the rehab and get him right, and hopefully he'll be ready in a couple weeks.
All right, I love that, because again, Prince is that. How often do you have to deal with it? And I know I kind of know some of the stories, but these guys want to play, and they want to play for the flock. They want to play for Albany. They want to play for you. They know they're being noticed. How often are you the one who has to go, no, you can't go out? And they're like limping into the room like, no, coach, I got one more. I can do another one. Like it seems like it happens quite a bit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, your paycheck depends on you playing in football games. Your building the value for the next level depends on you playing games. So, of course, anytime that a guy is banged up, he's gonna definitely try to tell me he can play. And that's, we play with such a small roster. So with 21 people, it's such a small amount of people that we really can't miss with injuries. So if a guy comes in a game and he runs down one time and he gets hurt, that puts us in a huge hole. And we kind of saw that in Michigan, what happens. Now, that wasn't an injury, but that was,
it was a brain cramp.
It was a brain cramp, yes. And so when you lose a player and you go down a player from 21 to 20, you're just in one of those being a kicker. So you're down to 19, with skill position players. It's hard to manage a game. And so at the end of the day, we really have to be careful. And so we've got a great training staff, a great medical staff. And so we like I said, we're not going to let a kid make a poor choice, or we're not going to listen to what they say. We're going to obviously listen to them about what they feel about their body, but it's got to be backed with a little bit of science, and we just can't be wrong on those things. So we'll err on the side of caution at all times, but that's the hardest part about this level. And that's why we spend so much time, we spend a whole day every single week just on recovery. And so, but it is tough though, when you're a young man and you're trying to build value and you're trying to find your way into the next level. Every single game means something so much to you. So injuries are tough. And at this level, we just don't have, we're not a college team that's got 105 players on it. We're a very small skeleton shoe. So getting hurt can really hurt your chances of being here for the rest of the season. And so that's always the hardest part, is some of the, great young men that we have here, and they go down with an injury. Sometimes we have to move on, and that's always a tough thing.
Listen, I'll admit it. I'm an old dog. It's hard for me to learn new tricks. Once in a while, I'm like, I'll catch myself saying something that I know is you, Like I'll just be like, well, we only talk about players on our team. I started that. Like I have anything to do with signing anybody. Like somebody just goes like, can you just be clear which Prince you're talking about? And even Nani fires in, well, the other Prince doesn't play for Albany. so anybody who's confused, we only talk about our players. Otherwise, we will specify the gentleman who plays for the Barrels. We will do that. Like, it'll be very, very clear. And if you've come to our events, if you've come to our games, you know Prince Hugh is a big bad man, but he is a great dude, and he has been. When you're that big and you're that nice, like that just speaks to what like when the aliens finally do come down, when Elon Musk lets them visit us. I'm gonna be like, look at him. He's why we're good. Like he's why we don't need leashes. Look, you don't have to take us in. The AI overlords, whoever it is. But so just to be clear, and we're talking about our guys. I get calls from other teams in my capacity with the AF1, and they're just like, how does Ware find these guys? Have you reached the level now where these guys are finding you? Because I will tell you that I do, like we get DMs on the website and stuff like that, and it's always like, I'm this tall, I'm this big, coach should sign me. And it's like, and then the picture is me. And I'm like, no, if there's going to be an old fat man on the team, it's going to be me.
Absolutely.
I'm
Shoot
in line.
you all the way, baby.
Yeah. Do you find that people are recruiting you to be their coach more than you're recruiting players to play for you at this point?
I mean, again, and I
know you're modest. Just be honest.
I'm just at this point, we've built something very special. Some of our best recruiters are just the players that go out there into the communities all across the country. We've built something so special. I mean, I really get calls from some really high level NFL agents. When their players don't go on the draft, they call, and that's a testament to what we've built here over the last 6 seasons. Is getting to that point, and so I do love that. That's anytime I get people that don't normally call and they call and they've got players and they want to send films, it's a good feeling. So we know we've built something special. We know that not only is this do we win, it's that we really do develop players, and that's one of my favorite things is. We take players with some level of development and we make them better. And that's, I don't think anybody can deny, majority of these players, they come here and they leave way better than when they came to the door. And that's a special thing. And so now that a lot of the NFL scouts are kind of recognizing that, I got a call from an agent and he was like, I heard you're the guy to talk to if my guy doesn't go on the draft. And it was like, well, absolutely, and so
you tell Sorsby that we're not taking bets on the team, and we already have our quarterback. Texas Tech joke. Nobody? Yeah. Okay, you got it. Lori got
it. He'd be right at home here at Rivers, but I mean,
we'd have to chase him off the floor.
but yeah, like I said, we this we're building something very special here. It's just been phenomenal. And again, like I said, I love to hear some of the kids that play elsewhere, at other times in their career. I always ask these kids after 3, 4, 5 practices is tell us a little bit about just how you feel differently here than other places, and I just love the answers, and it's why you do this, and why we know we built something special. Is there's just no player that doesn't say this is just so much harder. There's so much more development. It's so much more organized. That's why we do this. And so super proud of what we got. Like I said, I truly do recruit year round. We just, we continue to find the top level players in the country, and it's just a fine line of how you get these guys. Usually when they first come out of school, it takes a little bit of time for them to realize that the NFL is not coming to get them. And so usually I recruit guys 1 year out of college. So it gives them a time to go through that process and realize how hard this business is and that the NFL is not coming. But we're really getting a lot of kids just fresh out of school now because we have the reputation of helping kids move on. And so that's kind of cool is, over the last couple of years, I probably wait until 1 year out. I've really been recruiting a lot of kids fresh out of school, and a lot of these kids are starting to say yes. And so we're definitely on the right track. I also like just the league in general. When you look around this league, it is a lot of recruits that I've brought into this league. And every time that we get rid of somebody, how quickly they get signed elsewhere. And that's such a respect thing. Like, coaches ask me that stuff all the time. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, it's a respect thing. I know, that A, we recruit at a high level, and B, that we develop these kids. And so when everybody grabs all the kids that have come through this program, it's an honor, and it's a blessing.
Is it though? Is it? Well, because I mean, so Coach Walker in Kentucky, he has become a friend. Which is good because he scared the hell out of me before he was my friend. That dude could stare an ice cube into like the next century. It's crazy. But he's come to me after he signed guys and be like, this guy's great, and then he'll use, I believe it was him who said, where guys. Like, is there ever a moment where you're just like, no, they're my guys, leave them alone, like, stay away, what are you doing?
I really don't. Had a coach call today, and like I said, us at the upper echelon, we have a high level of respect for each other. Guys like Coach Walker, Coach Arbet, those guys I respect to the fullest. And so, we're all a little older, so we're part of the generation where there's just a high level of respect you have for each other. It's shaking hands, it's talking before the game, it's all those things, and we all embrace that process. And again, when we're at the league meetings, we all spend a great deal of time together, and that's what I love about this league is we get together twice a year, and it is great to be able to hang out with guys and have dinner and talk and all those things. So it really is a blessing. But we constantly talk, and when guys get cut, or guys that are disgruntled or whatever, and they call around, we all talk to each other. And so we kind of have that unwritten rule is, I wouldn't take any barrels or any Nashville Cats, and if there was ever a possibility we'll call each other and we'll have those discussions, and that's how we want it. We want high level coaches. There's plenty of people probably wouldn't do that, and they'll just go for the gusto. But I love that part of just the nostalgia of just the old school coaches. We all have such a high level of respect for this business, and it's fun to be around like-minded people. And that's, again, that's why I love that, like I said, we are the only team that plays home and away against Kentucky and Nashville. And that's by design. I want to play against the best, and I want to play against guys that I really respect.
I mean, it is the toughest schedule. And obviously everybody who plays Albany is playing the toughest schedule, but I have said this, and my knowledge of arena football, football in general, pales in comparison. At least X's and O's. Stats, I might be able to give you like a run. We might be able to have some fun. But like X's and O's wise, I have said this. I want to know if I'm accurate. I believe that Albany, Kentucky, and Nashville could beat any team playing indoor, arena, you name it. If you play by our rules, those three teams can beat anybody else in the country. And, well, internationally now too.
No question about it.
I'm smart. You guys heard it. I'm smart. But and I guess the difference this year to last year, because last year, obviously, Albany goes undefeated, wins the thing. Coach Walker was in Billings at that point. A little bit of a down year for Billings, but still not an easy walk. Nashville was phenomenal. We had some of those Kansas teams that ran for their mamas. And like there was a massive drop off from the top to the bottom. I feel like you were talking about all the talent in this league. The drop is not there right now. Like, there's definitely a difference. Those three teams, they're premier, they're upper echelon. But any given Saturday or Friday, depending upon the schedule, anybody could beat anybody.
No,
there are some Sundays. Right.
That's why I talk to our players about. You see how Washington played us. Hey, doesn't matter. Nobody cares. We travel across country three straight weekends. They're good enough to beat you, and so you really have to dial in, dig deep in every single game. Even these one-loss teams, they're all good, and they all have really good players. And so that that's the fun part is I don't want to play games where I know going into it I'm going to score a ridiculous amount of points, and they're not going to score many for us. I just don't want that. I want to play against the best, and we continuously want to recruit the best coaches into this league and the best players. Our top level talent is just absolutely phenomenal in this league, and everybody has some really, really good talent across the board.
I hate you making me do this. I hate special delivery, Mike. Washington almost beat us because of the coach's gloves. The players knew exactly what the play was.
After some other stuff I've heard, you know how so many people talk, and you just never know who you're talking to and who they know and who they're going to tell. I will say this: I saw the video about him. I wear the gloves so I can do signals. So you know me, I just want to test this theory out. So I go back to a film and I watched a quarter. And I watched the gloves.
This is your fault.
And I said,
this is your fault.
What signal did you make with those bleeping gloves? I didn't see any signals at all. So, no, you wear them to be cute. You wear them to do some new young coach thing. And you know what? That's just not going to help you win a game. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
I feel like I have to do this now, though. And again, your fault. You gotta, I feel like, again, my therapy's working. I feel statements. I feel like Coach Wells has taken a step forward this year as far as what he's doing on the field. The gloves, you can dispute the gloves, but he's gotten better as a coach, and Washington's gotten better as a team. That's how I feel like. You suck, Mike. You're a bad friend. You're a bad friend. I'm the one who's supposed to get us in trouble, not Mike. Like, what are we doing? What is going on? I just saw somebody ask if we remember Kurt Warner. What? We're mildly aware.
Right.
Mildly aware of him. Mildly aware. All right, so we have the game this weekend, Oceanside, and this is actually for anybody who doesn't have your tickets yet, or maybe you're on the fence about what you're going to do this weekend. Just remember that this is First Responders and Veterans Night. It's presented by Patrol Finder. We're going to have 4 Purple Heart recipients in partnership with Patriot Hills, New York. So it's going to be a big game. And then I actually saw our guy from Henny Hard Seltzer, Tim. He just reached out. He's like, we can't wait to be there and be a part of this. So this game, like, there's sometimes that sports are bigger than sports, and obviously going 7-0 and continuing to be dominant in the AF1 is awesome. But if we can do that while honoring these first responders, Purple Hearts.
Absolutely.
For those of you who don't know what Purple Heart means, those are people who got injured. Those are people who gave almost everything you possibly could to protect us, our way of life, and everything else. So this is a gigantic game. This is a gigantic opportunity. I honestly don't care if you yell during the plays. I don't think you'd be able to stop if you're there. But as long as you cheer when those Purple Heart recipients are out there, that's what really matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wasn't ready for them to clap. I wasn't. They don't usually clap for me. They usually clap for you. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Cause,
Where are my gloves?
Right.
Where are they? Oh, sorry.
Let's just get in trouble tonight. Orange juice is getting you fired up.
A little vitamin C. I'm ready. All right, so we got Oceanside coming into town. The season is set. Like we're in the second half of the season. If we're gonna get in trouble, let's get in trouble. There are people out there who are giving out half-season awards. On the list of half-season awards, I see Isaiah Hardy. I see Drew Singleton. I don't see Darian Townsend. I don't see Colby Bird and Joshua Zacher. I don't see Brandon Nicholson. I don't see Thick Six. I don't see a lot of our guys.
That name.
Do you see these things that are coming out from the league insiders? And does it mean anything to you?
I mean, no. As I say, that's got nothing to do with us winning a game. Do you want to see your guys, be voted on things from their peers? Of course you do. And so somebody like Darian Townsend, he's having a phenomenal season. There's some really
different quarterbacks, by the way. I mean, 2 great quarterbacks, but 2 different quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
And he has not dropped off, or it's been great all the way through.
He's leader in the clubhouse right now. And so, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If people don't see it. But the problem is there's a whole lot of really good receivers in this league. And so there's a lot of guys scoring points, a lot of guys doing some really good things. And so sometimes there's going to be a little overshadowing, but I just, if you don't watch film and understand kind of what a person means to each team, maybe sometimes you just look at the board and, I think he's I think he's 1 or 2 touchdowns down. And, if you just want to use the stats and grab a guy, then I understand that. And like I said, I will challenge our guys to, hey, at the end of the season, let's close these gaps and in these stats and let's do it in a way that we're sharing the football. We're doing, great execution. We're not worrying about stats. We're worried about the name on the front of the jersey, and those things will take care of themselves. And so, mid-season, not a big deal. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we dominate on the all AF1 team. We want to dominate some of the other awards, but at the end of the day, it's just about winning games. And so right now, we're not mid-season awards really don't mean much because at the end of the day, it's just halfway through, and there's a lot to finish on. And like I said, right now we're just happy we get to be in front of the flock over the next 3 weeks. We're finally home. We get to hear that cheer from our crowd. It's tough. It's tough. It's for long road trips, and you don't hear anybody cheering for you. Everybody screaming against you and talking wild to you. It just like I said, and then being all the airports and buses and all the things that you do. It's been a long first half of the season, and we're just super excited that we get to be at home for 4 games of our final 6. That's just a phenomenal thing. And then on the road, we're playing, 2 of the best teams, obviously playing Kentucky and playing Nashville. So our schedule is set up exactly the way that we really wanted it. It's been a very tough schedule, toughest schedule in the league, but this is what we want. This is why you come to Albany. You want to play the toughest schedule and you want to build value against the best.
It's a gauntlet, though. You've laid a gauntlet out for yourself. Like, it's funny to say that, like, I believe you guys right now have traveled well over 10,000 miles in the first half of the season. And the hard part of the season is ahead of you.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Right.
So,
and you drew this up.
It is what it is. I ask every year, give me the hardest, and we'll take it. But it builds adversity, and that's the part I think that makes us battle tested. Is we go through some very adverse conditions, some adverse tests, and it's through that adversity that I find out just what our guys really can do. And again, like I said, it's being on the road, early is time for us to bond. It's such a bonding time being on the road because you get in the bus and you travel to the airport and you're around each other and you sit with somebody different and you guys talk about things and you get to know different things that you didn't know about a person. And you're, in the airport, obviously going through the ticketing counter, getting your bags done, going through security, and you're by a different person and you guys are talking and you're going through that. And you sit around waiting for a flight. You're sitting by somebody different. You learn different things. And you sit on a plane, you're sitting by somebody different. You get to learn something new. We eat together. We, do everything together. And then we go in these arenas where we're the most hated person in there. And it's just, that really does build that camaraderie. And so,
welcome to my world.
At the end of the day, we want to be a close team, and all of our teams that win, they just have a bit of closeness, and that's why we do what we do early on in the season. That's why we want to be on the road. Is we want to really set that tone of our culture early. We want to build that camaraderie early, and over the last couple seasons, we've been able to do that.
I love it. All right, so flock support. You did the player the drops today. Everybody got their adopt player bags. This is the 3rd week of it, and I want to tell everybody what this started as. We talked about it, and we're like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we were able to take this thing that I learned about when I was out of the area for a little bit, take it to another level, right? So bag of Gatorade, some candy bars, some granola, some nice little things so that when guys got on the plane, they'd be good. Y'all stepped up to a point they can't bring the bags on a plane. Like they have to take them.
Gotta pay a whole nother bag.
Right. They have to get help. They have to get the luggage rack here at landings and take them up to their room. So that means the world to these guys. And as somebody who's lived here my whole life, who's you guys have dealt with me in a lot of different ways. To make these guys feel at home when they're on the road, and Coach, you moved here, so you can speak to this more than anyone. But to make these guys feel at home the way you guys do, and then to come out and sit with us and listen to us get in trouble because of special delivery Mike. I don't think you guys understand what it means. I don't think you understand how much you mean to these players. I don't think you understand that the undefeated streak is because these guys. We joke about the dude wipes. They don't have to go looking for stuff. They don't have to go whatever. Like if it's pretty amazing what you guys are doing, what the flock support is doing. So thank you so much. And for you guys, for yourselves, because honestly, don't be shy for each other. But Coach, what is it like when you hear from the guys, a night like tonight? Like I saw Sam Casanova go and say, hey, everybody, you need to be there tonight. And not a single person push back. And when you talk about 25 plus guys, when everything's all said and done, and they all agree on something, that ain't easy.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, like you're talking, it started as something, simple, and it was an idea we tossed around the office, and what it's become. Like I said, it's amazing what Steve and Denise and organizing all this. It's been a phenomenal thing where it's something that our players actually talk about and tell other players about across the country, and that's just how special it is. And like I said, when you're on the road and you don't have all the confines of things that you normally have at home, and there's people out there that are willing to give you some just resemblance of what your mother would bring you, or what your dad would bring you, or something that your girlfriend might bring you. It just brings them so much joy. And there was, I think last year we were at Cagino's and they did the drops, and I grabbed somebody's bag. They were like, can you bring this to so-and-so? I was like, yeah. And I grabbed this bag and I was like, oh my God, like it's a workout to pick this bag up. And I was just like, that's just incredible. And so, we all thank you, from the bottom of our heart. It just, our fans mean so much. We truly, we talk about the flock, and we truly have some of the best fans out there in the country. And so we appreciate you guys, and we hope you're proud of our guys as well.
I mean, Steve said Mother Flocker was scrambling with all the roster moves. What do you think he was doing?
I know. She reached out and she was like, I know you can't really say, but can you? And I was like, all right, well, it'll be about 4 moves. I'll tell you a little bit, and, just might want to make a few bags that just don't have a name on them. So I know they did a phenomenal job, as they always do. And so just but again, even new players come in and getting a bag in their first week. I mean, you know how cool that is. And again, just watching all the smiles on their face. But even guys that are, more established and been around for a while, guys like Sam, it just, again, just to watch how happy he is, and he's got his whole family there picking up the bags. It's like a Christmas present day, or, it's incredible. And so, like I said, it's grown into something very, very spectacular. And obviously it's just much appreciated.
And one of the things, like, Chef M Hat, I know she's at the bar over there. Chef M Hat, we love you. She so didn't need to take on more work, but went and learned about what like a blah 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 and all these things, and she's like, this is why I'm giving them this. It's for their eyes, and this is this, and I'm just sitting there going, food tastes yummy,
right?
But she is taking on a new level this year. So she does our pregame meal. So we are the only team in probably all of arena football and indoor football and whatever who has a professional chef do our pregame meals. But she's actually decided this year to do a welcome home box lunch for everybody. And when I say a welcome home box lunch, it's a gourmet sandwich or this and that, and all these crazy things.
Gatorade, the whole lot. Everything you need to get off the bus or come from these long trips and fill your stomach and be happy. And like I said, we love our fans. It's now if we could just double our fan size, oh my God, this would be the most incredible place. And I think we'll continue to bring the most phenomenal people here just time and time again. It's just this atmosphere is something special. I mean, everybody from other teams, they always talk like we have, the biggest fan base, and it's like, man, I'd love this thing to get bigger. But, it's just so cool as everybody respects what we do and respects you guys. And, this truly is the standard. So
I love it. And by the way, as far as tickets go, Anthony Bisner right there, he's the guy who makes sure you don't pay any fees. If you I've seen people go like, can we do this with tickets? Can we do that with tickets? Can we do this with tickets? The reason that everything goes through Biz is because Biz he actually cares, first of all, which is we've had some great people working tickets, but Biz is the one that I'll hit up and go, hey, Chef M Hat needs a ticket. Father Flocker needs a ticket. Whoever needs a ticket. And he's like, just put it on the sheet, Levack. I got you. Leave me. You don't have to worry about it. I got it. Whatever. But he makes sure you don't pay fees. Like tickets ain't cheap. But we try to keep our prices down as low as we can. and with the help of Biz, who does a great job on the phones and all that. He gonna cry too. He's a softie. He gonna cry. He gonna cry. Cry, Biz. Cry. And by the way, Zach Soden right there backs him up and makes sure he's got everything he needs. Zach is doing a lot for the team.
Yeah, Zach and I were the only ones in the office on the holiday while everybody was barbecuing. So that's a man who wants another championship.
Hold on. I was not barbecuing. I was binge drinking.
While we were burning the midnight oil, everybody else was enjoying the day. But
Zach
was there bright and early. I appreciate
you
that.
You could have come and get me. Awesome. I would have went with you.
But I love it though. That's how you build a champion.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got the entire flock is here. The leases are really quiet today. I'm a little nervous about it.
Something's up.
I'm a little concerned. They heard you say way too much.
Right. Right. I guarantee you said
Alabama coach. You said we got to get SEC talent though. And listen, I'm a Big Ten guy. Everything but Ohio State. Ohio State is garbage, but the rest of the Big Ten is awesome. But the SEC, like when you're talking pure athletics, do you just look around the SEC and go, yoink, I'll take that. I'll take him.
I mean, think about the kids we have. We've got Shepard that was a starter at Ole Miss. We've got Morris that was a starter at Auburn, and again now we picked up a kid that started as a true freshman at Alabama. I mean, we're building something special. We're bringing some really, really special kids here, and like I said, my goal is to get 6 to 8 kids to the next level this year, and replenish next year and do it again. So.
What's been the difference? Drew Singleton, speaking of Big Ten, he was a Michigan guy. Then he goes to Rutgers.
Yep. He
doesn't talk about Michigan. You'd love him, Lori. He's a Rutgers guy. She went to Ohio State. Nobody's perfect, though. Nobody's perfect. He was good last year. He's lighting it up this year. I see the stat sheets every week. He's either at double-digit tackles or he's right on the precipice. What's been the difference for him this season?
Well, we moved his position. So last year he played more Mac linebacker and defensive end. This year we moved him to the jack position. And so, last year, obviously, Trayvon Shorts played a lot of jack for us. So again, when you get behind a veteran, you've got to learn the game. You've got to watch the veterans in front of you. And again, we tell this to every kid that comes in. It's just because you played here the year before doesn't guarantee you that you're going to keep your spot. It's best players will play. And so that's the hard thing. And I know, I guess, especially our flock, they get caught up on these guys and oh my God, what are you doing? But this is the true process of football is the best players will play. So Drew Singleton came in this year, came in phenomenal shape. He's one of our energy guys on the defense. He really gets our defense going. We moved in position. We had to teach him a bunch of new things, and he's done nothing but be phenomenal this season. Leads the league in tackles, and he's just having a phenomenal season. And so, that's the thing about being on a team is, where you played last year could change. What we need you to do from year to year changes. There's so much to it, and you really have to be a team first guy. If you be a team first guy, we'll find a place that you can make a huge impact, and then obviously the rest is history. And so Drew's having a phenomenal season, and I hope, again, Drew will get some looks. We're getting ready to work a package for him and send it out to some higher levels, and I hope Drew will be able to taste that next level as well.
I love that about you. So there was a bunch of the AF1 insiders, like Rebound Off the Net, AF1 Fan Zone. They all were doing this roundtable and the world of football. And they were talking, and I just happened to have YouTube on the background while I was watching the Knicks stomp the hell out of the Cavaliers. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. And I heard my name. So I'm like, excuse me. And so I comment, and they sent me the link, and I jump in. And I was like, you know what? They don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in. So we were talking about all the things that are going on in the league, all the things about the league and everything like that. But their point was they're complaining about assisted tackles. They're complaining about not knowing the exact whatever because the league is taking that step forward to the point where you can't complain about what's happening on the field. The play is phenomenal. The refs have been, for the most part, as good as zebras get. The zebras have been great. What are you seeing from the league? Because I thought that was an awesome point from them. We're nitpicking now to find things to complain about on these shows.
No, the league is definitely in the right direction. I mean, at the end of the day, I think everybody that's involved in the league wants this to be the premier league in the country. And so you've got to go through those growing pains. You've got to make those considerable steps each and every year. You know, last year I thought was a very good season. A couple hiccups this year. Again, you learn more about the things that you need to do, just the vetting that needs to be done, just processes that will help. You know, again, taking over the stats, all those things that help the league be more successful. And so, you know, every year we're just taking really, really good steps. I'm super proud to be part of the league. I have a, you know, very just high regard of what we're doing in the future. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that obviously that I know that until they're announced, you know, again, I'll wait for the league to do those things. But there's really a lot of things that for the future that are going to be great. And so all we want to do is just get better and better. The play, coaching, you know, players, all those things, organizations, ownership groups, all those things. And the league is working tirelessly to make sure that we continue to raise the bar. So super proud of what we're doing. And I just can't wait for the future.
Tirelessly. No, I'm pretty tired. Not that I'm doing anything. I don't do anything. I don't do much. I see a lot of questions about Evan Bird. Rick wants to know, is Evan kicking in the arena? Is he getting ready inside the MVP arena?
I'm gonna tell you this. So if you know Coach Gabe, you know
who doesn't know Coach Gabe?
I call him the mayor. Ask Coach Gabe. So Coach Gabe had his, you know, and I won't put his business out in the street, but Coach Gabe had his opinions, and I do all the recruiting. So we had the conversation about just the changes we needed to make, and again, some of these changes are forced on you. You know, obviously we had somebody quit, and you know, so all the things that happened. We had other issues, obviously, that have happened this season. So all I can do is continue to fix it and find the right people. I had watched Evan just in the pregame. And so, as you know, when we get Sam back, I had brought in a really good quarterback in Eric Phoenix. And so that is me. I'm going to make sure that I find a place for these guys to go. So get on the phone with Washington. And I was going to trade Eric for just future considerations. But at the end of the day, future considerations just means nothing. You're just not getting nothing. Right. So I was like, look, instead of just keep giving all these guys away, I got to get something in return. So I was like, I went up and down the roster. It wasn't a lot that I really wanted, but I was like, I want your kicker. And so we made the deal.
It's like draft day because I want him.
Pretty much. And so, like I said, so, you know, the funny part about last week playing in Michigan with a lower scoreboard, we were really working on stuff that we were going to do in the game in pregame. That, again, kid's first game, I'm asking him to do all kinds of stuff he's probably never done. Probably not the ideal situation for him. I told him in the game, hey, these are my expectations. You do this and don't worry about it. I want you to, you know, kick freely. I want you to not worry about it, because this game is not going to be where I you know, put the litmus test. So, you know, we had our conversations in the coaching staff, and, you know, our coaching meetings can be quite funny and quite detailed. So we really went over, you know, the kicking game. So there was a couple coaches that were, you know, had their opinions about the kicking game. And I said, hey, you know, Evan is going to be, you know, again, he's going to come in here and we're going to make him the number one kicker in the league. So they were, you know, everybody had their thing. So we're in the arena this week. And so I told Evan, you know, this week, this is now you get to your time to shine. And I said, I have 1,000% faith in you. I watched you go through a whole kicking session. You know, him and I talked. I have all the faith in the world in you. So he goes to kicking this week. Now ask Coach Gabe what he thinks about the kicker now. And so that's the thing is, people,
I'm not going to throw him out in the street, but I'm going to call him out twice.
So people don't realize like that, you know, again, if every one of us had to be great and we only got one chance to do it, probably very few of us would be great. This young man has done everything I asked. This kid's out and taking 3-mile runs. He's doing all the things because he wants to be great. And he is so appreciative of being here. And that means the world to me. He is so thankful to be in Albany. So we're kicking in the arena. Boy, just watch the game. You know, so I said, all you guys will be there. Everybody that was on these chats and making comments and all those things. let's see what comments you make after this game. It's gonna be a show.
But I mean, what have you done to earn the trust of the fan base? It's not like you've had the number one offense the entire time you be here, the number one kicker.
Yeah.
Is that you haven't earned the trust of the fan base, sir? That's it, right? He hasn't earned your trust, has he? They're like, no, he ain't saying nothing. That's right. That's right. I'm just like, there are moments where I do go like, if you want to question me, fine, like whatever, I get it. But when it comes to like football, arena football, guy's kind of good. He's kind of got some accolades. He's kind of done okay by us, and he probably like could go anywhere he wants, and he wants to be here. So let's just hear it out. If coach says a kicker's worth kicking, let's steer him out. That's all I'm asking. Steer him out. That's all.
We've had 2 other home games, so I just want you to, be open-minded and watch how our kicking game looks against Oceanside. It's looking really good. Looking really good.
Hello, Chef M. Hat. Flock you at Rivers is amazing and dangerous all at the same time. I just want a piece of the winnings. That's all I want. All right. So the other thing I want to point out is part of the Firebirds media network, which is his brainchild. I would love to pretend that the media guy came up with it. It's his brainchild. The Nest has started doing their shows at Cagino's on Tuesdays. They put out whatever. So Angry Adam said our last 2 shows have had SEC guys, Morris Joseph and Kadir Shepard. Absolutely. But Adam, why are you so angry? Like, he's the most angry dude. Have you seen him?
Adam is nice as ever.
What?
He really is a nice guy. You gotta get comfortable with him. That's all.
He's called me out multiple times. And last night he called out Andrew Santillo.
Oh,
he called out Andrew Santillo, the voice of the Albany Firebirds, who I may have to fill in for on June 12th. So I'm going to be very nice to, because I don't want him to hate me. But like, I don't know why he's so angry. Like when you put, all right, I'm just want everybody to know, all caps, I'm not angry! Exclamation point. That's what an angry person
now that's
would say.
Angry, right?
Zipperly's over here chilling, like, hey, everybody, I hope everybody enjoys the game. It's going to be fun, whatever. And here's Adam, like, Andrew Santillo doesn't know it's Morris Joseph. He thought it was Joseph Morris. Well, sometimes they're written backwards like the phone book, man. You got to chill out. You got to chill out.
Good stuff. Oh, goodness.
All right, hold on. I got to call out this other guy. Like last week, you called people out. There's this dude who uses a fake name. His name is Bob. He uses a fake name. I know your real name, Bob. Hey, Jeff, who might you be referring to as number 1 kicker? Who's the number 1 kicker right now? I believe there. What are you talking about?
He's referencing that every kicker that we ever have here is always the number 1.
This dude is the angriest. Like he makes Adam look like a puppy. Like he makes Adam from the Nest look like a basket of happy puppies being skipped along by Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz before the tornado. Like that's how angry this dude is. He's the angriest dude. And then the Nest is now Adam is messaging us through the Nest part. This is I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
But no, Bob, we're talking about literally. We've talked about it a few times, and I just don't want this to get lost in translation. Every kicker that we've had here since I've been here has been number 1, and so you just got to remember we are really good in the kicking game because we're really good offensively. And so when you have multiple chances every game to be great because your offense is great, it's a little easier to be great than playing for some other teams that don't score a lot of points or there's not a lot of opportunities. And so, at the end of the day, we make a lot of kickers be very, very successful here. So at the end of the day, hey, sometimes, things, we got to move on from some guys or whatever, or there's liability issues, whatever those things are. We're always going to find the next guy. It's always next guy up. There's been, like I said, every kicker we've had here, Craig Peterson was great with us. Mark Orozco was great with us, and Henry Nell was great with us. So at the end of the day, we're going to find the next guy that's going to be great for the Albany Firebirds. So just sit back and watch, and we're going to get there, Bob.
I've seen Ben Nelson kick. Benny can kick from like 20. Like for extra points, Benny Ice could get out there and kick. Would you wear a camera and do like media the whole time? What do you think about that? You can go all front office one game. I get wrecked in like the
You
first
get
play.
the choo-choo and he kicking the extra point.
Yep, I'm all in. I'm all in. Bob just said, "Hey, I'm a nice guy." No, you're not, Bob. No, you're not. Like I'm a jerk, and I admit it. Like I'm a jerk, and I admit it. You're a mean human. Like I don't know if you have a canker sore.
I think Bob
I
is.
love her face. Like, that's the best. I want her expressions behind us the next show. Like she's like, oh.
I think Bob is a person that sits close to our box. I think that's him. That's
really?
probably not his name. And if that's him, no, he actually is a really nice guy. And he says the nicest thing. So it's
Not
just
to
weird.
me.
So, sometimes the online persona is not the same as the in-person persona. But I think Bob is somebody that sits close to the box. And if that is you, Bob, we'll see you on Saturday.
All right, hold on. Now it's becoming fun. I hear you, Coach, and I'm with you. And who cares whether or not it's my real name or not? Jeff, is that your real name? Jeff? So Lori's last name starts with an L. I'm not going to put it out there, but we grew up together. She was stuck with me in every single freaking class. And Mike Corda. Is Jeff Levack my real name? Would you, if you were going to pick a fake name, would you pick Jeff Levack? Have you heard half times? Every single time. I've been Levick. Like I was the owner of Oceanside. I won. That was kind of nice.
Right,
but I'm not paying for jack.
You were actually Mike Corda at one day.
Mike Corda at the brawl at the mall. Like if I was gonna have a fake name, it would be so much better than that. It would be like, I don't know, I'd probably go with like Jeff Cohen. All right. Any questions from the flock? What do we got out there? Anybody? Even Nani's backing me up. Bob, that's how angry you are. Nani is backing me up. When Nani takes people, where's the face? Make the face. Come on, do the face again. Yes. I want that on a shirt. Somebody get that for me. I will wear it every game. All right. All right. Any questions from the flock? I think you guys, by the way, again, thank you so much for the adopt a player bags.
Yes.
Thank you to Father Clocker, Steven right there. I know Denise is hiding.
Around here somewhere.
Denise is hiding because she knows sooner or later I'm putting a microphone right in her face. It's going to happen. Thank you to all you guys. You guys are amazing. Let's hear a round of applause for the flock. Let's go. You guys are the best.
Absolutely.
Round of applause for Rivers, man. Slicks and the staff here. They're great. Wait, you got a question? Yeah, I can't hear you all the way over there. You got to come up. Is there a certain height? Oh, the scoreboard. So here's the thing, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I always like to say when we talk about the schedule, and everybody goes, "Well, why is that? Why would we play on a Friday? Why would?" Because the arena availability is everything. Like if we don't have an arena, we can't play arena football. So, and when you look at that, the arena for Michigan, that thing is freaking beautiful. Their field's nice. Great. Everything's great. Scoreboard's low. Remember the one in Jersey?
Yep. That was low too.
And the back door at Jersey was a piece of plywood that had a bike chain. I love her face. Oh my God. Everybody should look at her every time I say something stupid. And by the way, when you swing open the plywood, it was a prison. So the only thing between the game and a prison was plywood and a bike chain. And when I walked in the back wearing a polo, they went, I go, where do we get credentials? You're probably good. You got a shirt on. So
our locker room was flooded. We go in there and it was flooded. And I'm thinking, what is this, sewage water? Is this what? I was like, I'm just going to dress in the hallway. So just please block this hallway. I'm not even going in there. It was interesting.
So the point is, when an arena is great, you find a way around a low scoreboard because there isn't sewage in the locker room. The doors were actually doors. And there wasn't a prison. I mean, I don't know. Michigan's
beautiful
crazy.
arena.
I don't know.
I mean, the locker rooms were great. It had training setups, coaches' rooms, all the stuff to be professional. And like I said, if the worst thing was the scoreboard, I would gladly take that over plenty places. All the arenas got to be approved by the league, and so, like I said, but it was such a nice setup. I really, the scoreboard was like the least of my worries.
And it gave everybody some fodder for Evan that he's going to kick right out of the arena this week. So it's going to work out nicely.
I can't wait. His homecoming is going to be special. He's another really good kid that is super happy to be here, and I'm happy to showcase his talents coming up on Saturday night.
All right. Any other questions here? All right. Let's hear it for Rivers Casino and Resort. Everybody, come on. The Landings Hotel. He is the professor. He's the general manager. He's the head coach of your undefeated Albany Firebirds. Damon Ware. Take that, Scott Noel. He's our PA announcer, if you didn't know. And I'm Modus. I'm Jeff Levack.
Hey, look at what's happening. See? Doing the stats. They're starting to cheer for you.
Don't tell everybody to do the stats. Please don't tell me. I do the stats. I'm trying. I'm working my butt off to get those stats right for you guys. I promise. We can't end a single class of Flock University without those two simple words. 1, 2, 3. Flock you.